Welcome to Chicago, where the fire serve cold with the rules and the Hawks never shiver in the snow. The Bulls keep it running, the Sox run the south, the Cubs run the north, but the Bears run the house. Chicago sports fans got their ears to the street. Any team make a move and they never skip a beat. And in this house, this is where we be. Welcome to the show with E-Roc and Big Z.
Hey everybody, welcome to Overtime. This is raw, uncut, and unedited. This is extra material that didn't fit into the show. I'm Big Z as always. I'm here with my co-host E-Roc. Let's get into it.
BLACKHAWKS playoff starts Saturday, August 1st, 2 p.m. against the Oilers. Crow is back.
Yes, sir.
He had a confirmed case of COVID.
Oh,
So we know what was going on with him at least. You know, he wasn't in a drunk tank.
yeah?
You know, he does have some problems. He's had those concussion issues. Originally, we heard he was unfit for play or to play.
Right.
So this seems to be, you know, like we talked before, hockey is very vague about what they do.
Yeah.
So this seems to be the reason. But he's back, and
It's good news for the Blackhawks. I mean, we need him back. We need a good Crawford back.
well, we need Crawford back because, you know, the options that we had in net probably were not going to be enough to stop the Oilers.
No, not at all.
If he's good and it indicates that he's going to start in the net.
Mm-hmm.
If he can like stand on his head, you know, the phrase that
Yeah.
all the hockey heads use. But if he can stand on his head, you know, the Hawks could steal the short 5-game series and possibly move on.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, those series are gonna be on fire. Like from the drop of the puck, those series are kind of your 60-game season. You know, it's gonna be very short, quick, compact. You gotta jump on the opposition right away.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get a lead, and then our problem so far this season watching Blackhawks has been our defense.
Right. And well, that and the power play. Right. And the power play. That's the biggest problem. They do have. So again, we're recording on Wednesday.
Yes, we are.
They have a warm-up game tonight against the Blues, 5:30.
The champs. They're playing the champs. So that's a good indicator of where you are.
Right. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight and see if they're ready to take on an Edmonton team. They just squeaked by the skin of their teeth to get in there.
Yes, sir.
One player we're not going to see is going to be Brent E-Roc.
Yes.
You know, he's had the 3 injuries or the 3 surgeries, and he says, you know, I don't really feel comfortable yet. You know, here's the thing. At this point, E-Roc's only there because he helped him win the 3 cups. You know, he's a fan favorite, but his best days are far behind him.
Yeah, he's there for leadership.
You know, and that's really what it is. It's kind of like when they brought back Sharpie after he was traded to the Stars. But, you know, again, he's a guy that they want around to be a role model for the other players. But, you know, you're paying him a lot of money to just kind of be around.
He's taking up a slot.
You know, it really reminds me of Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham being just a guy that's there to help with leadership, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, 3 cups. You know, he's a fan favorite. You know, I met E-Roc. I actually fixed his dryer a few years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I had no idea it was him. It's I had a ticket that popped up. It says Brent E-Roc. I'm like, no shot. And my wife was like, hey, can I come with you today? But yeah,
bring your wife to work there.
Yeah, he was a super cool guy. He was very nice. You know, very Canadian. Hey guys, you know, the hoser voice. Super nice guy. But yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, he's getting up in age and he's not really doing much for them except kind of taking up space.
All right, we got another story here from the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks have posted a statement saying that the fans will be banned from wearing headdresses at the UC next season. You got that statement up there, Eddie?
Yeah, so this is a statement the Blackhawks posted literally today at noon, again on Wednesday. It says, on July 7th, the organization has made a commitment to expand our efforts, serve as stewards of our name and identity, and raise the bar even higher for our ongoing dialogue with local and national Native American groups. We thank these Native American partners for their consistent insight throughout the years, as well as other Native American organizations and community members who have reached out over the last few weeks to share their feedback on how we can best utilize our platform and better educate the public and serve the Native American community. As we prepare to return to play and represent you in the Stanley Cup qualifiers in Edmonton, we want our fans to be very clear on what it means to be a part of the Blackhawks family, regardless of whether or not we can be together in the arena. We have always maintained an expectation that our fans uphold an atmosphere of respect, and after extensive and meaningful conversation with our Native American partners, we have decided to formalize those expectations. Moving forward, headdresses will be prohibited for fans entering Blackhawks sanctioned events or the United Center when Blackhawks home games resume. These symbols are sacred, traditionally reserved for leaders who have earned a place of great respect in their tribe, and should not be generalized or used as a costume or for everyday wear. What do you think?
Awesome. This is, this has taken too long to happen. Our national sports, doesn't matter what sport you're looking at, there is some negative connotation or a negative image of the Native Americans, using them as mascots, cartooning them, and stereotyping. And you know what? It's way overdue.
Right.
From the professional sports to collegiate sports to high school sports, all the way down to, elementary sports or travel teams. All this stuff needs to be changed to address the sensitivity of the nature.
So the thing is that, we both went to Lane Tech.
Yes, sir.
And the mascot for Lane Tech was the Indians.
Yes.
And they have announced that they're in the process of removing that name. There's, we're on the Lane Tech alumni page on Facebook. We've seen a lot of different suggestions. We've seen
the Myrtle Turtle.
Myrtle the Turtle, which is no, please
No,
no.
don't
Please
do that.
no.
No, don't do that.
Warriors is a cool name. You
Yes.
can kind of keep on that tradition. I have my class ring, and it does have the representation of the two Native Americans, with the shining star up in the sky and things like that.
Yeah, that's a beautiful image.
I think overall, as far as Lane Tech is concerned, they've done a good job of trying to uphold and represent the Native American image.
They've taken down the Indian. We used to have the Indian head as part of our our uniforms and our hoodies and all of our stuff. That's all been taken out. Now it just says, Lane Tech College Prep.
Yeah, LTA. It used to be, when we went there, it was Lane Tech High School, and now it's Lane Tech College Prep.
Correct. And now it just says Indians. It does not have the Indian logo on there. So they've been transitioning away from it.
Yeah.
But you still have the Cleveland Indians and
this is the thing. So the Cleveland Indians, they took off the Chief Yahoo off the uniforms. They no longer use that as a symbol because that was just that was just ridiculous. It's just a caricature cartoon.
Yes.
Okay. I think it was Bomani Jones from ESPN. He had the shirt that said the
Caucasian.
Yes. That was fantastic.
Yes.
I love that. You look at what happened with the Washington football team.
Yes.
And I'm not going to even say it.
No, you shouldn't.
Here's the thing. You cannot argue the fact that this is a racist term.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot include the word skin as part of the name of your team and say, oh, that's not racist. Their logo is very similar to the Blackhawks logo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Blackhawks logo is basically a tribute to one of the chief.
Correct. One of the chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact nature because I don't want to go and be misinformed and just put bad information out there.
Right.
But I understand what they've tried
They
to
were
do
honoring.
with that.
They were honoring.
It was supposed to be honoring. You have like the Kansas City Chiefs that does not they don't have a representation of a Native American symbol on there. It has an arrowhead, which was what they call the stadium. So that doesn't refer to a specific person. It doesn't make a caricature of a person. Mm-hmm. You have the Florida State Seminoles.
Yes, sir.
Again, that is a tribe.
That's a tribe in Florida.
That is a tribe,
right.
But there's no representation. Now they may have I think they at one point they had a mascot on like a horse.
Right, and that was yeah.
Those are things that have been removed.
You got the Illini.
The Fighting Illini. That was another one that they removed. They had a Indian or a Native American on horseback. Yeah. So they're I would say, like, when you look at the sensitive nature of the subject, you get pushback from fans when they say, well, we're too sensitive. I says I'm not going to say it. I almost said it. The Washington football team's mascot, the name was racist.
Yes.
Point blank, flat out. That's just what it was.
Yes.
So now that we're seeing change, and it took financial pressure from FedEx and from Nike to say, hey, Dan Snyder, guess what? You get a lot of money from us, and if you like having our money, you're going to change this, Mm-hmm. And we're in 2020. Okay, there's no reason for this to continue. So if you want to argue that it's just a team name, why are we so sensitive? We have the Chicago Bears, we have the Bulls, you have the Dolphins, you have all these other mascots, the Broncos.
Right.
They're animals. So basically what you're doing is you're using them and in comparison and equating what they are to an animal.
Exactly. You're a mascot.
Right. So I mean, like, and I even heard someone say the Fighting Irish. I'm like, it's still just calling them the Irish. You know what I mean? Like, and
it's a stereotype.
It's a stereotype, I suppose. But I mean, it's still just calling them the Irish.
Right.
The Irish. It's not saying. Look, let me tell you something. Even the word Indian bugs me. They're not from India.
No.
Okay.
No,
These are not people from India. They're mislabeled. So
Yes.
I mean, you know, and I got into that. I got into that same subject with someone not too long ago. So, I mean, look, it's overdue.
Mm-hmm.
It's overdue. I'm glad that we're actually getting some
Moving
respect.
forward, yeah.
Some respect.
Overdue for them.
You know, I mean, so that's the thing. And I, like I said, I don't care what you want to say about like tradition and things like that. You know, sometimes tradition has to die so you can actually move forward in life.
Right.
So, you got anything else on this subject?
Not on the Blackhawks. I think that's a great way that to continue to uphold the high standards that the Blackhawks have done.
Yeah.
I am at 4. I love that they still have the logo and they say we're honoring somebody. We're not going to use that as a mascot, but we're honoring somebody. If at some point they switch over to the Black Crow,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'd be fine with
a Black Hawk.
an actual Black Hawk. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
And if they would wear it on like a throwback day where they would wear the Indian head, I'm good with that. But the other ones, I think they're more derogatory,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, racist, and it's
time.
It's time for a change. It's time for a change.
Absolutely.
As far as the Blackhawks, I'm excited to see them.
Yeah.
Put them on my ice. I can't wait to see them on the ice and see what they can do for us.
We have live sports.
Yes.
You know, we're gonna see. We got Kaner, who is arguably the best American-born player ever in the National Hockey League.
Yes.
You know, again, you got Taves and Kaner, who are always going to be the leaders of the team. These are two guys that should never leave the Blackhawks.
I hope not.
I've heard people say, "Well, we need to trade them, this and that." No, you don't. These are not two guys you let go. You keep them forever,
Right.
and ever and ever.
They're lifers.
And then when forever's over, sign them again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just they're Blackhawks lifers.
They're going to be ambassadors.
So I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. So all right. I think that's all we got for this overtime. For Big Z, this is E-Roc. Be sure to tune in August 3rd for the full-length podcast where we talk about the Cubs, the Sox, another stirring edition of Stirring the Pot, as well as a new song from Jay Soto dedicated to MLB's opening day. Until next time, be good to each other.
For the love of sports.